The purpose of this show is to guide you to realign with habits that get you to live the life you've always dreamed of. This is the Habit-Based Lifestyle Podcast with Jesse Ewing. This is the Habit-Based Lifestyle, where you can access your full potential right now. Finally break free from destructive habits. That dream life, if you want it, you can have it. This is where you transform your health, mind, business, and relationships. Or do nothing and keep your life the way it is. But if you're ready for change, you're in the right place. This is where you're gonna learn how to live a habit-based lifestyle. You are tuning in to the Habit-Based Lifestyle Podcast with your host, Jesse Ewing. This is the Habit-Based Lifestyle. Let's go.
All right, guys, welcome to the Habit-Based Lifestyle and Business Show. Today, we got very special guest, Niday. And Nick is the owner of AlignLife Chiropractic Center in North Carolina, right?
Yeah, in Waxhaw, North Carolina.
Waxhaw, North Carolina. So, Nick, I want to welcome you today on the show.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. So I want to kind of get into, what type of chiropractic work you do. If you could just give us a brief kind of, rundown of that and your history, how long you've been doing it, and then get into some questions on the show today.
Yeah. So we do a system here called the Pierce Results System. We take a whole analysis package of thermography, video fluoroscopy, which is motion X-ray, static films. We piece all of that together with people's history, and then we start taking care of them. So I know there's some other guys around that do odds and ends or whatever, very specific stuff. You got your upper cervical guys, your full spine guys, all of that stuff. So we look at the entire spine. A lot of our focus is in the neck, that we find that causes a lot of the issues.
Okay.
So doing this for a few years. We've had this clinic here in Waxhaw just since October of last year.
Okay. Wow. So new clinic.
Yep.
So let me ask you this, man. You've been a chiropractor for how long?
A couple of years.
Okay. And as you've been doing this, did you have another business in chiropractic prior to this, or did you work somewhere else?
No. So I spent most of my adult life in the military. And then when I got out, corporate America, all of that stuff. And then, divine intervention, right? I just kind of fell into this. God chose me. So here we are.
Nice. I like that. So if you guys are tuning into this live, just hashtag live. If you have questions or comments, feel free. I do have my phone, so I can, if you guys didn't have any questions along the way, I can also ask Nick those. So Nick, you've been inside of our program for a little over 2 months, and what was life like for you kind of prior to, habit-based lifestyle, or at least business? I know it's fairly new, but like, what was, life like for you in business prior to this?
I think it was pretty typical, man. You hang your shingle, you do what you can to try and reach out and help people. People find you in various forms, right? Whether it be an internet search or, type in my back hurts or whatever they think that we do. So just like anything else, it was kind of slow, steady. You throw COVID in the mix. Some people are afraid to sneeze, but it was just the slow process. It was a process. It works, right? But it was just slow. And when you're in the business of helping people, you just want to help people.
Right. So as far as like marketing and stuff like that, what were you doing kind of prior to, joining habit-based lifestyle? So,
I pay an external marketer, just like most of us do, to run the social ads and, everything else. And they work in the sense that people are going to see them. People are going to grab them, but then you look at the quality of leads that you get, right? The people who are scrolling Facebook or Instagram at 2:00 in the morning. Those aren't the people that they're going to pick up their phone at 9:00 in the morning when you call them to ask them what's going on.
Right.
So you spend a lot of time kind of chasing yourself in a circle. Then you go back to your marketing guys and you're like, hey guys, this isn't working. And you get you probably get the same message from most of them. Hey, we're just testing the data. We're testing the analytics. We'll change this algorithm. We'll do this. We'll do that. Just keep paying us money,
Right.
So it's a slow process.
Right. So, you saw a little bit of results, but like when you saw it, it was like, hey, the quality of these people weren't exactly your ideal client. And not only that, you probably had to chase them down, which is a big thing that we hear a lot is just these people are kind of coming in, and usually you got to discount your service, right? So it's like first time in, free adjustment or $29, $39, $49 adjustment. What does that feel like to have to do that when, you're a guy who spent, $250,000 on an education, and then all of a sudden, just to get someone in your office, you have to actually discount your service?
Yeah. So I think at the end of the day, like for me, it's not necessarily about the money, right? It's not about, oh, you paid $49 versus, our normal day one fee or whatever it is. It's about conveying that value to somebody. If I sold you a Porsche for $50, when you go to have maintenance on that Porsche and they're like, hey, it's $3,000 to fix this. You're like, wait a minute, it's a $50 car.
Right.
Why would I ever spend $3,000 to fix this Porsche? It's kind of difficult to convey value to people when they don't have any value in it because their value is purely monetary.
Right.
Versus those quality leads where people are like, I know I need to do something and I know that it's going to cost me, but it's not a cost for them. It's an investment.
Right.
Their life back for their families, for work, for whatever it is that they like to do.
Yeah, that's good, man. One thing that I do notice, because I was in the fitness industry is, you had to have kind of a compelling front end offer to get people in when you ran Facebook ads or things like that. And so, that was always kind of like, where we would run these free challenges for people where they'd have to come in, do a 6-week challenge. But, on your side is like, hey, we actually have to have a compelling offer, which means either, a free adjustment or discounted first time visit just to get someone in the door, show them what we can do and how we can help them. And then we upsell them into, a higher end program. But let me ask you this, what's the difference? What's the difference in that versus, what you're doing now? What's been the difference, man, in like the people you're able to attract now?
So I think the two biggest differences is, inside of the habit-based lifestyle group, you're around like-minded individuals, right? You're around these other business, no matter what their business is, it doesn't matter. And they're sharing their wins, they're sharing their frustrations, right? And you can call a guy who boards horses, right? And you're a mechanic, and you guys just figure it out together. And then the second thing is when you find people that want to be there, right? Like-minded individuals who know that their health is an investment, they see what's going on, right? They see what's going on and they know, okay, this is the place for me. Now I'm bringing everybody with me. So, when you build a program like you have, right, and we get involved in this stuff and you're building that trust to your client base, like it just grows the process, right? And then that trickle down effect of growing that process is like, okay, now, like this is a guy we trust, right? This is a guy we know. This is a guy who genuinely wants to help. And he's not just the guy that says, hey, open a gym, it's $1, initial sign up fee or whatever. And then, you attract hundreds of people, and out of those hundreds of people that pay the $1, 10 of them are there to actually work out.
Right.
So it's, it's kind of the same concept when we run those ads, $50, $29, whatever it is, you're going to attract a lot of people.
Yeah.
And you're going to spend a lot of your time, effort, energy, and money trying to educate, those $39 people. And they don't want to hear it, right? They just don't want to hear it. So the difference coming on board with habit-based lifestyle is you guys have a process in place that helps us map out what we're looking to do and who we're looking to help and how we're looking to help them. And just taking that message wrapping it up, making it your own, and getting it out to the people, the quality of leads, the amount of time spent, the amount of energy spent, the amount of money spent is substantially less.
Yeah, that's awesome. So what I'm hearing you say is, quality of leads you get inside of our process is much higher.
Absolutely.
People are coming in because they already know, like, and trust you. So we call these better than referral leads. Because the referral knows, likes, and trusts the friend. The better than referral leads already knows, likes, and trusts you in that process. So I think the conversion is they've already made up their mind. It's just like, hey, how do we actually work together?
Right.
And so that's what I think is a cool process. But let me ask you this, man. So the system we have, what makes the system we have unique or different than any other thing you've done before when it comes to marketing?
So just like you said, right? Know you, like you, and trust you. And that's why people do business with anyone, right? They know you, like you, and trust you. I've had people come in here that I've never met, and they're like, I feel like I already know you. I've had people reach out to me that I've never had a conversation with. This is, oh my gosh, I have to come see you. Or I'm bringing my 15-year-old son, or, hey, I have a newborn, like, can you help us? And you have to stop and be like, okay, how do I know? You're trying to think, like, how do I know you?
Yeah.
Right. But you know me.
Right.
So you've already built that rapport in your community, just based off of the stuff in the program and how you're helping people.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's good. So, you've done the Facebook ads. Now you're doing this. A lot of people, I think the big complaint about Facebook ads is number one, it takes a lot of time to eventually get to your kind of ideal client. If you ever really do, what's different between this, because you've only been in the program about 60 days. So you've only done probably about 10-15% of the total program.
Right.
But what's been the noticeable change for you just in a short period of time you've been in?
Well, when you look at, like you were talking about, your ideal client, it's very hard to convey to a marketer, like, hey man, this is my ideal client. This is who I'm looking for. Well, how do they target those demographics, right? You can't, right? Like, Facebook, Instagram, Federal Trade Commission, whoever, they're not going to let you discriminate solely on all of those outliers. They'll let you do age, location, gender, things like that. But the biggest difference is, and like you said, I've probably only done about 10 or 15% of what I need to be doing, is you're in control of it. So, and I think you and I had a conversation 5 or 6 weeks ago, and I was doing the $49 ads, and I was getting frustrated because people would call, they would want to come in, and, Big Brother's always listening. So as soon as they hear the name AlignLife or whatever, it starts popping up on your Facebook feed, and all of a sudden you see this ad. So they would cancel their appointment and then grab the ad because it was cheaper.
Okay.
Right. So then you're like, I think I was on the phone with you. I'm like, I don't want to be the $49 guy. Like, if $49 is what it takes to help someone and change their life, awesome. Right. But I don't want to be the $49 guy, the $29 guy. Like, I want to help people who want to be helped.
Right.
And HBL is allowing me to do that.
Awesome. So, one thing is like you immediately started seeing results inside your first 30 days, saw that return on your investment. So obviously that got you that much more committed. But what has been kind of the financial, changes that you've made? I know we talked a little bit about, what you've done in sales in a couple months. But if you want to share that, you can.
Yeah. So actually, I ran some data this morning and I looked at it. So just in about 6 weeks, we have increased revenue by about $21,000.
Okay. Awesome.
And that's at about the 10 or 15% level that I'm operating at inside the group right now. So, when I turn that up and take it to 20, 25%, that 21,000 is easily 50 or 60,000. Right.
Yeah. And I like to tell people is like, listen, if you do 1% of the program, you'll still get results. If you do 10% of the program, you still get results. If you do 50% of the program, you're just doubling down on your results as you go. And I think the thing for you is, it's not like you have a ton of staff.
Right.
But I think with that is most business owners, the one thing that they don't do is marketing. And so they, especially kind of in your guys' industry, a lot of people brag about referrals
Right.
and how, oh, I get referrals. That's my number one way of getting traffic, which is to me is great. It means you're doing a good job at business. But if you're that good at getting referrals, getting more people in your office would actually help your clinic a lot more. So, I know you've even gotten referrals off the people you've signed up from Facebook, which has been an added bonus. But I think it speaks to the job that you're doing, but also, the message you're conveying in the public.
Yeah, I think that, you're 100% right. In the chiropractic world, it's always about internal referrals. Like my patients trust me. They want to bring me their family, their friends, all of that stuff, which is great, right? It means you're doing a good job for those guys. But now think about all the people that you're leaving out and all of those people that could also bring you internal referrals. I mean, it's exponential growth.
Yeah, that's awesome. So let me ask you this, man. What has been an unexpected result you've gotten out of the program that maybe you weren't expecting coming in?
I didn't have a lot of expectations as far as like really sitting down and going, okay, these are hard numbers, these are hard dates, anything like that. I just kind of had a general overview, but I gained an intern out of it. And she was just like, hey, I'm going to med school. I need to do internship, patient care hours. Is that something your office can do? And as a business owner, you're like, oh my gosh, free help, or not even free help, right? Because they're paying me,
right,
to also help, and it's actually turned into a really good relationship because, that person's only here a few hours out of the week, but they get a lot done for me. And now our families have become friends.
That's awesome.
My 16-year-old son is working for her dad today.
Wow. That's awesome.
You get to gain those relationships out of it too.
Yeah. So you not only got new clients, but you got a new intern.
Right.
And yeah, that's pretty awesome, man. Let me ask you what's your favorite part about being a part of this program? I know you talked about, getting your intern, but what would you say your favorite thing is about being in this program that may be different from other coaching programs you've been in?
So a lot of coaching programs, you have one coach, right? And that coach normally runs a similar business to you. So trying to get on their schedule and, get time with them. It's like, well, I can do, whatever, Saturday at 8:00 in the morning, or nope, I have a baseball game, or, whatever it may be. Inside this group, and like I said, it doesn't matter. I mean, we have chiropractors. I mean, we have martial arts instructors. I mean, we have marriage counselors, like all kinds of stuff. You can literally pick up the phone and contact any one of those people and be like, hey man, let's chat. And no one says no. No one's like, I don't have time for you, So it's more of a community where you don't have to rely on that one person. So that would be the biggest difference in the coaching stuff. And then, take guys like you and some of the guys on your staff. I mean, it's a quick text, phone call, email. Hey man, like, can we get a time together? I have a roadblock. And I don't think there's been one time. As a matter of fact, you guys probably reach out more to us than we do to you.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I'm always getting an email or something like, hey, let's schedule our next call. Like, get on my calendar now before it gets filled.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. I appreciate that. So, you talk to a lot of people about, coming into the program or maybe asking about it. What would you say to someone on the fence who may be thinking about joining this program and wanting to jump in?
Just both feet, shut up and jump, both feet in the deep end. Like, just commit. I mean, we will commit to, I don't know, swinging through the drive-thru and grabbing a burger and fries. I mean, we'll commit to laying on our couch all day. We'll commit to the dumbest stuff, right? But then we want to complain like, oh, my business isn't doing what it's supposed to be doing. I'm not able to do this. I don't have time for this. There's people inside the group that haven't taken vacation in 6-7 years. They get inside the group, they standardize everything, they get it all going, and then they walk away from their business.
Right.
And they're able to take, that vacation or whatever, and their business is making money on the back end without them there. And it's something they never thought they could do. So I've had probably 4 or 5 guys reach out to me, ask me about this stuff and what we're doing. And I just tell them, hey, book the phone call. Like, do the discovery call, hear what they got to say. If you don't like it, then there's something wrong with you. So
yeah, for sure. Well, hey man, I really appreciate, you being in the program, but also I know a lot of people reach out to you in the program, and, I know you're someone that people look up to, which is great. And just want to tell you, super grateful to have you inside the Habit-Based Lifestyle program.
Yeah, man, I'm glad to be here.
So, all right, man. Well, hey, thank you so much. And do you have any last things that you want to say?
No, just, like you said, right. If anyone's on the fence, like just do it. I get no referral fee. So,
you get a referral fee. Don't you worry about that, man.
Oh, I'm getting it doing the program. But yeah, I just pull the trigger, do it, and watch yourself explode.
So awesome, man. Well, hey, thank you so much. And look forward to seeing you kind of double down on what you've gotten out of the program so far.
Absolutely.
All right, man. Take care.
All right, Jesse. Thanks.
The purpose of this show is to guide you to realign with habits that get you to live the life you've always dreamed of. This is the Habit-Based Lifestyle Podcast with Jesse